It's Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. AI sentiment analysis addressing the gaps between business leaders and employees, product use, and trust. FedRAMP Modernization and court rulings on border searches highlight major IT and privacy policy shifts, and Microsoft's security strategy, lessons from the CrowdStrike outage, and potential kernel access restrictions. This is the business of tech. I spotted a bunch of AI-related sentiment data, and I wanted to combine it for an insightful look. Gartner predicts that by the end of 2025, at least 30% of generative AI projects will be abandoned due to issues like poor data quality and unclear business value. Executives are seeking quick returns on investments, but justifying the costs, which can range from $5 million to $20 million, remaining challenging. Despite some organizations reporting significant improvements in revenue and productivity, the indirect financial benefits of generative AI investments complicate those ROI calculations. A study reveals that 77% of employees report AI has increased their workload, contradicting the 96% of C-suite leaders who expect AI to boost productivity. Many employees feel overwhelmed, with 71% experiencing burnout and 40% believing their companies demand too much regarding AI. To address these issues, experts suggest organizations invest in AI implementation, leverage freelance talent, rethink productivity metrics, and adopt skill-based hiring. Employees are encouraged to use AI training and seek outside expertise to alleviate workload concerns. The 2024 Stack Overflow Developer Survey reveals a widening gap between the increasing use of AI tools, 76% of developers, and trust in their accuracy. Only 43% trust them. Key concerns include misinformation, incorrect data attribution, and bias. Despite this, 70% of developers do not see AI as a job threat. JavaScript remains the most popular programming language, and AWS is the leading cloud platform. The survey included 65,000 developers from 185 countries, highlighting trends in coding resources and tools. And another survey indicates that 42% of business leaders believe generative AI enhances creativity despite concerns about originality. Among over 500 surveyed leaders, 60% reported that AI saves time for more creative tasks, and nearly 50% feels it accelerates idea generation. The study categorized organizations as laggards, followers, and leaders, with 47% of leaders using generative AI tools for problem solving. Additionally, 4 in 5 leaders have utilized AI for visual content creation, although many brands remain hesitant to adopt generative AI due to fears of using competitors' marketing strategies. Now, why do we care? There are 2 gaps here. First, the gap between business leaders and employees. Second, there's a gap between product and trust. Companies must analyze both the business value and cost to make informed investment decisions and determine the future of their generative AI initiatives. And that's where providers come in. All of these gaps are areas to exploit, and generally not with technology insights. Instead, bring the analysis and business acumen to guide your customers. Moving data between storage platforms used to be slow, complicated, and challenging. MoveBot changed that with a simple data migration tool that just works. Migrate files, emails, contacts, and calendars with MoveBot. MoveBot supports over 30 platforms, including on-prem file servers. Start moving data in minutes using the intuitive web interface, with no infrastructure setup or management required. Listeners can get 25% off. Visit movebot.io/MSB Radio to learn more. The White House is set to release final guidance for modernizing the Federal Risk and Authorization Management Program, or FedRAMP. The guidance aims to reform the Cloud Security Authorization Program by focusing on rigorous reviews, quick mitigation of security weaknesses, and establishing an automated process for security assessments. Agencies and the General Services Administration have specific timelines for updating policies and processes to align with the guidance. The modernization of FedRAMP is seen as a catalyst for government-wide digital transformation and IT modernization. And a federal court ruled that U.S. border agents cannot search visitors' cell phones, including U.S. citizens, without a warrant in the Eastern District of New York. This decision follows a case involving Kurbanali Sultanov, whose phone was searched without a warrant at JFK Airport. Civil liberties groups supported the rulings, emphasizing that warrantless searches violate privacy rights protected by the First and Fourth Amendments. The court acknowledged the agents acted in good faith, but affirmed the need for warrants in such searches. And a quick update, Apple has agreed to adopt voluntary AI safeguards established by President Biden's administration, joining other major companies like OpenAI, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, and Microsoft in testing their AI systems for discrimination, security flaws, and national security risks. Why do we care? FedRAMP quietly influences more than most IT services companies know. With the changes in CMMC 2.0, many customers and their MSPs will need to remain compliant with the federal government, and many solutions won't make the cut. See my bonus episodes about CMMC if you aren't up to speed. Warrants for searches are established precedents, and it's good to see them reaffirmed. And I did want to pick this up from The Verge. Microsoft is advocating for changes to Windows following that CrowdStrike outage that affected 8.5 million PCs due to the faulty update. Microsoft is considering restricting third-party access to the Windows kernel to enhance system reliance and security. John Cable from Microsoft emphasizes the need for collaboration with security partners and mentions new security features that do not rely on kernel access. The incident may reignite discussions about kernel access policies. However, Microsoft faces regulatory issues dating back to proposed changes to Windows Vista in 2006, which were met with pushback from cybersecurity vendors and EU regulators. Why do we care? A lesson we hope comes from incidents like CrowdStrike is that software quality matters. Building up system resilience is important, and technology should advance and change. We'll see what change comes of this, but be particularly interested in those EU regulators. Thanks for listening. It's International Day of Friendship and National Cheesecake Day. Let's combine those two. If you got a question you want answered, send them in at question@mspradio.com. We'll be answering listener questions live tomorrow on our Wednesday live show on YouTube and LinkedIn, 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you've enjoyed the show, give us a review and make sure you're subscribed or followed on your favorite platform. Best of all, share it with a colleague. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that like button, follow, or subscribe. It's free and easy and the best way to support the show and help us grow. You can also check out our Patreon, where you can join the Business of Tech community at patreon.com/MSP Radio, or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Finally, if you're interested in advertising on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again on our next episode of The Business of Tech.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.